Alright, what's going on, folks? Well, today we're going to discuss the importance of reel cleaning, maintenance, etc. And I'm going to show you how to do some of that stuff.
I'm a whiskey drinking SOB. If you don't like that, then you won't like me. I'm an outlaw. I said I'm an outlaw.
What we have here is I've got a Abu Garcia Ike Never Give Up reel that I bought yesterday for one of my kids, and as you can tell, it's in dire need. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but it's in dire need of some cleanup. And then I've got this Cardinal that I acquired a while back. It doesn't sound too bad, but the anti-lock on it skips here and there. Sometimes or the anti-reverse skips here and there. See, it's working now, but if you fight with it long enough, it goes backwards. So I've already gone in and looked. The spring is in the right place and it's hooked up like it's supposed to be, but for some reason it's still not doing it. So I'm going to go in and look a little bit further. There you go. Now it's spinning the other way. Now if you shake it around, it works again. So it's got something wrong in it. I'm going to go in a little bit further than the spring and look and see if I can figure out what's wrong with it. So we'll put this Cardinal over here to the side, because this Never Give Up's the one we're going to work with. So the very first thing you do is you take your drag loose. You want to turn it clockwise like you're loosening your drag. Take it loose. This Ike is a very basic reel. I can't believe that Abu's got this kind of quality, that puts out this kind of quality. Take your spool off. You get a little gear inside there, a little mechanism inside there that does its job. So we're going to take it and set it right there. Take our drag piece and set it there. You got quite a few little pieces, so you want to be careful not to lose any of it. The next is going to be this little gear right here. I just wobble them back and forth and they slowly pull off. It's got a little gasket thing on it. I'm presuming that's to help keep it in place. You don't want to lose that stuff. Next is going to be this little screw right here. It's a just a lock to keep this big nut from coming off. So we're going to take it out. Good quality tools. Take our screw out. Set it off to the side. Next we're going to take this nut off. And there we go, it's loose. Typically these rotate backwards. They're usually left-hand thread, but this Ike is regular thread, so that's kind of weird. And as you can see, now that I got that off, you can see the corrosion build up right there on the spool underneath where that nut was at. So there's a lot of the problem. You pull this guy up and look how filthy this is. That's just a very big indicator on why it sounds like crap, etc. So I'm going to put this off to the side, and this guy here. Reel's very simplistic. I mean, extremely simplistic. So I'm going to take me a paper towel here. I don't have very many paper towels, so I hope this thing comes out half-ass clean. Just going to basically clean all this crap off of it. And they make a spray for doing this, but I don't have any of it. So we're going to have to do the best we can do with what we got to do it with. But any little bit of cleaner is better than not being clean. So I don't know if this is from being in saltwater conditions or if this is from just being mistreated and thrown in mud and thrown in the water, stuff like that. Don't really know. I know my other Abu has got a ton of sludge buildup and stuff like that in it, and I've never take my stuff out to the salt water, so Alright, I got that kind of a little bit better cleaned. Still some crap right there. I can see the corrosion down inside of the bearings, so I know that that's a lot of what the deal is with this. But all we're trying to do at this point, oh, while I'm at it, I'm going to clean this shaft off. Whoa, I pulled the mechanism out of it. Anyways, I'm going to clean this shaft off because it had a lot of crud on it. Alright. And somehow or another, this guy, I'm presuming this is the anti-reverse for this little chicken shit reel. Now I'm going to pull this nut off the side and take my arm off. On this one, at this attempt, I'm not going to go into the bearings very deep, just because I don't want to mess nothing up. We're going to just try to put a little bit of oil in this guy and see if it makes it any better. And then you pull your arm out the side like that, and you know, you can see even in that, the arm's got crud in it. This cap's got crud in it, you know. Cleaning these things up is really important, guys. This is, you know, this is big money that you've spent, even if it's chump change money like this little reel was. You know, you spent money, man. Why do you want to let your tools go to crap? So we'll do the same thing here. We'll clean this side off halfway decent. Okay. Now, I don't know exactly, I've got a screw back here. I don't know exactly what it does, so bear with me. I'm going to take it loose and look inside of there and see if I can get to the bearings any better through that hole. I don't know if I do or not. We're getting ready to find out. I've never worked on one of these, but, you know, in my line of work, I take all kinds of stuff apart. Nope, it's just a little cap. Okay, well, while we're at it, let's clean underneath this little cap, just so stuff is nice and clean. Set this down, clean this little cap that's got tons of stuff underneath it. Looks like grease and oil and stuff like that. Alright, we're going to put this little cap back on, and we'll put the screw back in it so we don't lose the screw or lose the cap. Whoa, I got pieces sliding out on the front. And our little cap is back on. Again, like I said, I got this screw sliding out right here, so this little guy here sliding out. I'll put my finger on it. And I woke up this morning, I'm having super issues with allergies and stuff like that, so you have to bear with me. I'm going to take this cap here on the side off and look under it. I know that's going to be where the bearings are at. So we're going to see how bad they are and if we can get stuff in them to make them better. Two screws. There's 4 screws basically. It's a side cap next to where the handle's at. So again, damn, I think I'm going to have to take that little cap off in the back again when I take this guy off. Anyways, like I said, you're going to have to bear with me because I don't ever do this stuff. But I'm not about to pay somebody to do this when it's something I can probably do my damn self. Get my fingernail under it. Yeah, this cap right here in the back, the first one I took off, it's got to come off again. My screwdriver is a little big for this job, but it's alright. Alright, I got underneath it, and I'm under it, and it's off. And there's really not a whole lot of junk underneath here. So I'm going to go in here. I'm not going to bother to clean any of it, but I'm going to go in here and put some grease on all this stuff. So give me a second, I gotta go get some stuff to put this grease in with. Just basically took me a couple of Q-tips from Melissa's makeup cleaning stash. And that's what I'm gonna use to put grease in here with. Just dabbing some grease in here. The greasier the better. I kind of fucking, excuse my language, I kind of feel. That Q-tip is dead. It's got so much crap on it already. And we'll take this one. It's a nice little grease tail on there. Said I'm just kind of dabbing grease inside of here. I'm gonna try to spin it, if it will, now that it's apart. It won't spin. Wonder why. Just got it too far apart, I guess. Okay, well, we're gonna put some more grease. I think I could take this centerpiece off if I wanted to and get in underneath stuff, but I'm a little reluctant to. Okay, and then right here, whoa, in this bearing, in this cap is where the bearing's at, and I can see the bearing. So I'm gonna put some oil in there. Oil up these bearings a tad. And I'm putting quite a bit of oil in it just because they're so nasty. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put the cap back on it. We shall see. Now I'm just gonna flip it over and just drop oil in on this side. Hopefully it'll get down and into those bearings. It doesn't act like it is. But anyways, alright, now let's clean up our handle a little bit. I'm cleaning up the handle shaft. Making sure it's good and clean. Alright, we're going to stick our handle shaft back in through here. Now I can rotate all this stuff around a little bit. Doesn't feel like it's gotten any better, but I can see the center bearings are like toast. They're just full of crap. Put our cap back on. I still haven't put that rear cap on, which I'm not worrying about it at this point because it's mostly just a dress piece and kind of like a seal on the back edge. So we'll worry about that in a minute. Alright, we're back together here. There's a set of bearings. I don't know if y'all can see them in the video, but they're right there. And they are full of rust and corrosion and old grease and stuff like that. So I'm going to run a good chunky amount of oil down in there. I'm really stacking that oil in there. Alright, give it a spin. It's getting better. Feels like it is at least. I'm spinning it both directions because without the bail on it, it kind of it's still quite noisy. I don't know if it'll help or not, but there's this center shaft right here going up and down. I'm gonna stack some oil in on it. Let it get oil in there, and it seems to be going. All right, so now we're gonna reassemble here. Taking this guy first. He's just gonna drop down over. He's got a square shoulder that he kind of sits on. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna set this down right here. I wanna clean this nut up. It's got a lot of corrosion and stuff on it. Just no sense in putting dirty parts back in it after I cleaned it. Plus, I think I'm going to do a little bit more homework on that cardinal too, to kind of figure out what could be the issue with it. So now you're just going to run your nut back down on the center shaft. And like I said, most of the ones I've ever encountered and the ones I've seen people fix online, this nut is left-hand thread, but on this reel it's right-hand thread, so I don't know. Don't know about that. Take my pliers and turn it around because my big old fingers won't fit in there. Okay, and then you turn it just a tad bit more so the lock hole will line up. Like I said, you got a little hole where a screw goes. Right there should be that first hole, one closest to it. It's a little lock screw, kind of just keeps everything from coming apart. And hole. And tightening it up. And it's locked down. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to mess with, yeah, it's still pretty damn noisy. But it's only a 2-bearing reel, so, you know, how quiet could it be? I think it's just those rust covered bearings in there just making so much dang noise. Okay, the other thing I'm going to work on, this drag. Put a little bit of oil in here just to kind of help things out a little bit. I don't know if it even needs it or not. I did watch a video where a guy was using a little bit of grease in here, so we're going to do that as well. I put my Q-tip down on the table and got it all greasy. Alright, so my grease don't want to stick with that oil in there. How about that stuff? I do know the drag was screwed up on this thing. I tried to set it and it just kind of did crap. So, alright. Next thing we're going to do, I'm going to put the spool back over here to the side because we got it cleaned up and oiled and stuff like that. I'm going to clean this little gear. I just cleaned it with my fingers. It goes there. I'm gonna put a little grease on it because it never hurts to have grease on parts that mesh. Just gonna walk the grease around the gears. Alright, little gears greased. We're gonna put our little O-ring thingy on, and I don't want to get grease on my fingers, so I'm going to slide it down with my pliers. Okay, for some reason it don't want to go down. There we go, we're down. And lock him into place. Okay, so there's the inside all put back together. We're going to put the spool back on. Same thing, spool's got a flat spot. It'll just drop down into place when it's time. Actuate all the drag. And we're going to put our nut back on. And it's filthy, so as soon as I get it back on, I'm going to clean it. It wasn't filthy on the inside, it was just filthy on the outside. There's our drag stuff all back together. Alright. We are back together and still making just as much noise. So, but it's a whole lot easier to move, it's just noisy. And it really gets up there in spin speed now. Like I said, it's just noisy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, ooh, we got oil coming out everywhere, which is alright, because it'll prevent this thing from getting any more corrosion on the outside. That's pretty much going to wrap this video. Like I said, just kind of showing you guys how to do a little bit of maintenance on these spinning reels. I'm not real sure it helped this thing, but anyways. So, like I said, that wraps the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll link the video on the side, and I'll throw the description thing up in there. Y'all be sure to go check out the other videos and subscribe, like the channel, etc. Keep your eyes peeled. Like I said, probably going to go out fishing this afternoon, so if we catch, we'll have a fishing video up shortly. And let's see, what else? I'm thinking about doing another giveaway here in the very near future. Probably be another $50 Bass Pro card, gift card. So, yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. Check out the channel. All right, thanks for watching, y'all.